So in this video we will discuss about the bones of the face. There are 14 facial bones. All the bones, they are joined by immovable joint except the mandible, which has ability to move. So in this video we will discuss about the different bones which are in our face. So first we have two nasal bone. Number two, we have two palatine bone. Number third, two lacrimal bone. Number four, two zygomatic bone. Number five, one vomer. Number six, two inferior turbinates. Number seven, two maxilla. Number eight, mandible. Now where these bones are located? These two nasal bones, they form the bridge of the nose. They form bridge of the nose. So these two bones which are lying over here, these two bones, these forms the nasal bones. Next, two palatine bones. Two nasal bone. After two nasal bone we have two palatine bone. These two palatine bones, they form the roof of the mouth and floor of the nose. Then we have two lacrimal bones. The bones inside our orbits, these forms the lacrimal bones. Two lacrimals, two nasal, two palatine bones. Sorry for the inconvenience. Then we have two zygomatic bone. These two zygomatic bone, these are also known as cheekbones. These two zygomatic bone. Then we have one vomer. This line, straight line, this bone is known as vomer. Then we have two inferior turbinates. Two inferior turbinate bone, lateral wall of the nose. You can see these two inferior turbinates bone. We have two maxilla. This bone and this bone. This is known as the maxilla. And then we have a mandible. This is known as the mandible. This is the body of the mandible. And there are two upper projection. You can see the interior projection and the posterior projection. This posterior projection, this is also known as condyle. It articulates with this temporal bone, forming temporal mandibular joint, which enable its movements upward, downward and lateral. So we can say that our face consists of 14 bones total. We have two lacrimal bone which lies inside our orbits. Then we have two bones which forms our nasal bridge. Then we have our vomer, one bone. Then we have two inferior turbinates bone. We have two maxilla, two zygomatic bone which forms our cheekbone, and one mandible. This bone is movable. It has a body and the upper projection which is known as ramus, interior and the posterior. This posterior ramus, it articulates with the temporal bone, forming a temporomandibular joint.